This episode has been edited a whole bunch.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play with Uncle Jay. Hello guys, how are you? I'm great, thank you. We've got some stuff in store today. I'm gonna keep going on the power room, but I want to show you what I got so far. I kept working on this for a while, off camera. So here's our regular room, right? I kept going with this wall, put a little door here, gave us a little access way to get back here. I had to make this tank way bigger, way bigger. Let me go into bat mode so I can get around a little bit faster and show you what we got. Oh, here's our little maintenance door for our storage, right? You can see yesterday I think I had something like 2,000 something glowstone. Today 4,200 because I was here forever last night. Our batteries are still charging. They take forever to charge just because these trees take forever to grow. A couple small changes I made, or at least, let me think, one small change? I don't remember if I had the dynamos in here before or not, but I took all the dynamos out, and I may end up putting them back in. I still have them in storage, but I only have one, and it powers all of these batteries. We'll talk possibilities in a minute. Also on this thing, I noticed on this harvester that it would knock trees down on the side here, and then the leaves would fall over here, like right there, right? But that was out of range of the harvester, so it wouldn't pick them up. So I ended up losing saplings. I lost a lot of saplings. I basically ran out at one point. So I put a different chip in. I put in this bronze upgrade. Let me show you some upgrades. Upgrade. So we've got lapis of 1, is right, it increases how, see the radius increase? It means it reaches further out to knock trees down or whatever. Normally this thing goes 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as it goes. But you put these upgrade chips in, and hooray. So I think we had 10 in, which made it go 3 more to the left, and blah, blah, blah. I upgraded that to bronze, so that it would go all the way out to this block. Oh, ooh, maybe we'll see it. Maybe. Let's go. Come on. Go. Well, while we're waiting on that, and of course, as soon as I say that, it's going to start knocking it down. While we're waiting on that, we're going to make some upgrades to this thing. There we go. There we go. And nothing on the side. We're good. You can see all this stuff making its way through. There's our logs going back there. Our saplings probably already made it. Oh, there we go. And how are we doing on saplings? Very well. That's from nothing. We had no saplings in here. I put like 32 in or something, and this is where we are now. So doing pretty well on saplings. Now I want to talk to you about how we're gonna make this thing better. There are a few ways that we can do this. One, we're gonna put in a fertilizer. Okay. And we make that with some sheets. You got to craft these. I'm going to have to craft that. I'm going to have to craft that. But we end up with a fertilizer. And what the fertilizer does is it kind of bone meals all this stuff. Just makes, hey, loud! Just makes everything start growing. Problem with it, you need special materials to do that. You need to put special stuff into the fertilizer and it'll go. So we're gonna go into a creative world real quick. This is gonna get crazy because I did an experiment and there's tons and tons and tons of cows. Tons of cows. Let me turn all the sound down. Okay. Saplings everywhere. I tell you. Okay. Now, what we do is, this is another test that I'll get into some other time probably. But what we do is at the bottom of this there is something called a sewer, which how do I even, here we go, okay, sewer, which you just put under there and it starts filling up with sewage. That's it. You put it under cows or whatever, really, any animal. I think maybe even monsters, but I'm not sure, but I know animals at least, and specifically cows, which we have tons of. So you put some cows up there, you put a sewer down, and it makes this sewage stuff go all the way over here. And I've got my sewage going into this big tank. This tank goes to what's called a composter, which you put sewage in, it does some work, and it creates, well, it pipes it out right now, but it creates this stuff, fertilizer, that you put into the fertilizer machine. So what happens is the sewage comes down here, goes all the way over here, and gets turned into basically bone meal. The bone meal gets fed to this machine, the fertilizer, and that grows these trees. And it is fast. It is really fast. So let's go back to the real world, multiplayer California. So we're gonna get a couple cows from another mod, or well, rather the same mod that we're messing with now also has this thing, safari nets. What's that? Single use? It is a mystery. I don't know, but we're gonna take 2 of them because they're not reusable. Ugh. So we're gonna pick up 1 cow in each of these and then throw it down there with some wheat. Hooray, hooray. Up we go. Let's get some wheat and some cows. If I can remember where all this stuff is. I think the wheat's here. Yes. Let's say 2 stacks. We'll see where 2 stacks of wheat gets us. Safari net. You can launch these safari nets out of little safari net guns. It's pretty cool. Does it work if I just right click? No. Maybe I have to. Oh, it's a... No. Well, that was disappointing. It was already used. But the... Darn it! Darn it! I wanted regular things. Also, why did I kill those? I should have... Okay, well... How do you make a safari net? S-A-F-A-R-I. Single use... string, slime ball. Well, you know what? You know what? Forget it. We're doing this on camera. We're gonna slime ball this on camera. I'm gonna stop real quick. I'm gonna stop recording, figure out how much time I have, and then figure out how to squeeze all this in. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back, and we've got some time, actually. So... 2 ways we can get slime. One is by going to Paul Shannon's place and using some of his witchery equipment, which I actually did yesterday. I went to his place and I brought my own materials, don't worry about it, but I had to use some of his equipment, his witch's stove and that kind of stuff. And another thing is with this slime analyzer, slime ALY. I made this yesterday. 1 piece of slime ball. That's what I went to Paul's for, to make this 1 slime ball. And then glass pane, some iron, and redstone gives you this thing, a slimealyzer. And if you remember from the single-player world, slime chunks, right? Remember, slimes only spawn in certain chunks and blah, blah, blah. So what this thing does is it lights up when you get to a slime chunk, and it gets your attention. So we're going to go find a slime chunk, and then... make some slime spawn, really. I hope, I think. See, we got our red lines. I hit the button that I used to hit to record. And, yeah, now we can see our chunks. This thing is gonna light up. Oh, we're in one. We're in one right here. So I think I want to get under Y40, but I could be totally wrong. Let's see, let's get rid of that thing. Okie doke. We're starting to get a chunk here. Or we're starting to see it, I guess. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it goes to 0. Yep. Okay. And we're still in the slime chunk. Yeah. So notice the thing down here, the slimealyzer. It's green, right? You heard it like boop. In case you didn't, I'll show you again. But let's just get this dug out first, because the slimes aren't gonna spawn while I'm standing right here, you know. So we'll just have to get this dug out, and then we'll worry about showing stuff off. Dig, dig, dig. Man, I really want slimes. We don't have a slime farm or anything, and the blue slime that I've been getting, really, really handy, really cool. But there's a few things that you need normal slime for, like what we're doing right now. You need normal slime. We don't have a slime farm, you know. In other words, we could be doing better than we are right now. And I'm not opposed to doing better than we are doing right now, so we're gonna get a slime farm going, or at least some kind of something going. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, guys, I don't want to waste too much time. I'm gonna go off camera and wait for some slimes to spawn. I may even make a second kind of platformy thing, maybe 40 isn't, or 36 isn't low enough. So I'm gonna do some more of those, and I will be right back. Oh, whoa, move the mic, okay, here we go. Do you hear it? I hear it. I heard it. Oh, there he is. I went down another layer. Yeah, ho, ho, ho. Yes, oh man. Guys, it has been like a half hour, 45 minutes or so. It's been a long time that I've been, look at, I'm level 23 right now. Just from running around, well, killing creepers and skeletons and stuff, just kind of passing the time. Oh, yeah, 33 slime balls. I tell you what, this slime stuff is going to be really, really good to have pretty soon. Pretty soon. I have so many ideas for things to do for this whole power project, and spawning slimes happens to be one of them. 23 levels. Let's get rid of those. I dumped out my inventory 2 times already, just from clearing stuff and what have you. We'll do like half of those, some of that, one of these, one of those, and we'll dump these 2 things. I'm gonna throw them over here. They'll just go away on their own. Oh, let me show you something with this door. I left these doors. That's a carpenter's door, and you make a carpenter's door. I meant to show you this earlier. Carpenter's door. There it is. With these carpenter blocks, which aren't hard to make. Just sticks and a piece of a plank, and you get 5 of them. Now, what these carpenter's things do is you can put any material you want on that. I'll show you. Basalt, we'll do, what do we want to do? We'll do, give me all those bricks. And I think that's it. I'm trying to remember how I did this door. Sure, bricks, awesome. Okay, 4 of those. Do 4 of those give us anything? No. Well, you know what? We'll just use a paver. That's all right. Let's see. So we're gonna say the bottom is gonna be brick. Right click. The top is gonna be a paver. Right click. Blam. There's our snazzy door. Super snazzy. Let's yeah, we'll just leave that. I'm gonna do that again for this guy, but not right now. Okay. Man, it has been a while. So what the heck was I doing with the slime things? Oh yeah. Safari net. SAFARI. I forgot to record or to hit my timer. There we go. Start. Okay. Safari net. String, leather, slimes. No problem. Leather. A lot of those. String. Ooh, a lot of string. Sure. And let's go to sleep while that stuff's coming up. Because, yeah, it is. I was messing around over at that slime chunk. I was really doubting that the slime analyzer, whatever it's called, I was really doubting that was working. I thought either that thing was messed up, or maybe I messed something up in the mod pack. Like we do our own configuration here. They're just small differences we use. We want 1, and let's just get 2. Yeah, we have some small differences between what we use and what's normally used by people, and they're just little tweaks that I did. I won't get into it. Well, I'll give you one tweak. One example of a tweak is that I went into the files and I said, you know what? Villages can spawn in any biome, and it means that basically what happens is we have tons of villages all over the place. There's villages, there's a good amount of villages, but yeah, that was for me going in and messing with stuff myself. So I was a little worried that maybe I had messed with something. Haha, look, Safari Net, right click. Now he's in here. Cow. But I was a little worried that I had messed something up in that, and maybe we weren't getting slimes or something, which really messes with our future plans. But no, I did things correctly apparently, so we're okay. So what else do I need? I needed yeah, I need to get that wheat back. Wet wheat. 128. What's 64? 64. Yeah, that's 128. Give me all of them. Oh boy. I was so worried. You have no idea how worried I was about us potentially not getting slimes. That you'll see in some future episodes, but that could have really ruined some power generation stuff that we're gonna do. Yep, down there, and down we go. Tiny little bat form. Gotta love it. Okay, so this is a breeder. Let's get our cows down. 1 cow. 2 cows. This thing should start getting some browns to it. There it goes. It's getting it, and it's pumping into this thing. Neat. Okay, so breeder, wheat. Start going. Do I have... Oh, there isn't an upgrade chip for that. Well... Oh, maybe idle finish? 1. Oh, get over there, cow. Get. Come on, please work. Yeah, there we go. Give me a baby. Give me that experience, because I want it. I hope that worked. Okay, now we gotta make sure... Ah! It's doing the wrong one now. See? Shift. We gotta clean all this up now. Sewage, that's what we want, is the sewage. Here. I know there's a way to kind of filter this and make it so it only takes sewage, but it's a little complex, and it's not something I'm super crazy about right now. Oh, there goes a piece of fertilizer. Here we go. We're gonna watch it. Keep in mind, this thing's gonna breed a whole lot of cows down here. So let's check this thing out. Come on. I know if I use those other tubes, it would go way faster. But like I said, I'm not sure about those other tubes connecting to the machines, and I just haven't tried it out in creative yet. So I don't know if it'll work or not. So I just leave it as this for now. I know these pipes work, so I just leave them. It'll go in here, and it'll disappear right there, and it goes into here, and that should use it, I hope. Come on. Why is it not? Hey, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. We got another tree. Now this thing kicks in any day. One of the bad things about this upgrade thing is that basically what this thing does is it goes all the way out to, like, well, it'll start at this first row. And it'll go, okay, check from left to right. Left to right. Okay, next row. Check from left to right. Loud tree. It'll go, check from left to right. I'm not sure if this is exactly how it works, but this is basically it. But it goes left to right. Okay, next block up. Left to right. Loud. It's going to be really loud. Okay, next block up. Left to right. Next block up. Left to right. It does that. So it goes... So it's got to go through this pattern where it finds this stuff. And because of this upgrade chip that we're using, instead of starting here, it's going to start here, where nothing's going to grow. So it takes a little longer than it would with actually an upgrade that's not as good as this. If I put in an upgrade that had a radius increase of 3, it would more efficiently go through all this stuff. But it would miss out on the leaves on the side. So, one of those, there's kind of a saying. I'm going to sort of say the saying now, but it's darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? So, we would be better for efficiency's sake for knocking down trees if we had a smaller upgrade, but we're better for efficiency's sake for picking saplings up with a higher upgrade. So, little weird thing, little strange. But what I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna start, well, I'm gonna capture a slime, actually, is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna capture him in a reusable safari net. So here's a regular safari net, string leather slime, and here's a reusable one. Ender Pearls Ghast Tier gives you one of those. And we're going to need a good amount of those because we're going to eventually make it so that we can spawn whatever we want to. Yeah, it's going to be very crazy. But we need what are they called? What are they called? What are they called, guys? Slimes. We need a big slime to start out with. So I will be back and we'll see how this farm's going at that time. Okay, guys, we are back. It has been, oh man, let me turn around, take a look. About 5 hours. It's been about 5 hours since I recorded that other part. I had another thing recorded. I was all ready to edit the episode, and then I something bad was going on, and I couldn't figure out why something wasn't working right. So I really dug in after recording the last part, and after I fixed it, I went, well, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put that other part in. So you're not going to see me doing a lot of work right now, but I am going to show you what I did. So let's go check this out. First off, another row, and then a whole thing going on down here. Oh, man. This thing is working really well. Really well. Actually, problem is it was actually this whole farm was working too well. And I had a bunch of lag and all kinds of stuff. There were all sorts of problems going on, and I had to restart the server, but we're okay now. One of the problems I was having is that these trees, well, they were a lot of the saplings and stuff weren't getting picked up. So I added this advanced item collector. And if you remember from the witch farm, we made this red or the purple one, right? And we put that on top of a chest. Well, the advanced one lets you set up how, like, your radius, how big you want it to look for stuff. And you can filter things, all kinds of neat stuff. So I set that basically to max. So anything I throw down will get picked up and put into here, as you can see. And there's some unfortunate stuff going on right now. Also, this stuff right here, red alloy wire, let's look that up. You make these red alloy ingots. This is basically redstone, but it's wiring. It's really, really cool. So the ingots are made by smelting red iron compound, which is a bunch of redstone and some iron. We have so much redstone, it's ridiculous. But it just takes a little while to craft it, but it's not hard to make. It just takes a little bit of time. And we'll put this stuff up. Okay. So the farm is still actually working too well right now, as you could see. Well, that's interesting. From these logs. I don't know why that's happening. Why is that happening? Is this thing not working right? No, it's working. It's sucking the stuff out. Maybe it's just not sucking the stuff out fast enough. Actually, I bet that's what it is. I bet you that's what it is. We'll put all of that in there, and something weird. How do I make this not go back? I don't know how I do that. Well, we'll figure that out some other time. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, this farm is actually working too well. If you notice, some of these logs are right next to each other. And basically what happens is you end up with a ton of logs and then a little bit of tree at the top. And we need the tree at the top. We need the leaves to get the saplings. So I dug the ceiling out a little bit more so that these trees have room to grow. Basically so that there's more room for leaves to be created. And then, the more leaves we get, the more likely we are to get saplings. What was going on is I kept running out of saplings. Why is that there? There we go. I kept running out of saplings because there were too many logs in the way, not enough leaves, so there weren't enough saplings dropping to keep this thing running. But you can see now I've dug that out a little bit, or up a little bit. Let's look at our fertilizer. Our fertilizer's doing well. I went down and I had a ton of cows down there, and then I was getting really bad lag. It's long story short, I killed all the cows, and then I made them all over again, basically. I also ran through the rest of the fertilizer, which we're seeing now is starting to, it will back up, but it's okay. We'll just turn this stuff off when it starts to back up. Now, this crazy stuff going on back here, this is what I spent most of the last 3 or 4 hours working on. I want to be able, it wasn't working super well, but it was really because of the saplings. So I ended up doing 2 things. I made the saplings go on overdrive. Another thing, actually, that was happening is because there was only 1 dynamo here, you can see still, I was getting, I still am, but I really backed up on logs because you can only fit 64, right? So what I did with that is I moved this aqua thing, the water thing that was down there, and I will show you where that is now. Yeah. So now it's just over in this little corner, and it's pumping out water into all of these dynamos that are in the bottom. So the water comes up here, goes along the back side, all the way over here, up into this one that's sideways, right? We'll just say, it shouldn't even be like that anymore, but, you know, whatever. We're fine with just having 1 extra dynamo like that. So all the water goes down the back of all of these. These item ducts, you'll also notice this says opaque, O-P-A-Q-U-E. That means you can't see through it, basically. One of the problems with using a lot of these pipes is that it has to, let's get to where you can actually see something going through a pipe. Like right here, see that? It's got to actually draw this stuff. Minecraft does. It's got to draw the logs. And the more you say, you know, more logs, more logs, more logs. I don't know what that means, but I know the red is bad. Give me more logs, more logs. Well, it's got to draw that stuff, and it's going to start slowing the game down. So you can make these pipes that you can't see through. And you can see I put those in after the fact because these guys are still here. And I left those because they have the pneumatic servo thing that lets you control them. So I left the transparent ones there, the see-through ones. Whew. Now, I haven't even told you yet what you were just looking at. But so I added another row of these. I added a whole bunch of these steam dynamos under here. And you can see they are really using up the logs. The logs are going all the way through all of this stuff. So we're not going to run out of power, I don't think. We can probably run at least a few rooms just with these logs. But in case of emergency, I added this, the Supercharge generator. Now, the Supercharge generator is very crazy. This is, I think I was talking about it before, you can use sticks and sugar to do stuff. So there's a chip in here called a stock keeper. And what that's going to do, well, let's just take a look at it. That's going to make sure that in that chest, we always have 64 sticks and 64 sugar. So at all times, ta-da, we'll take the extra sugar out. But at all times, we're always going to have at least 64 of each in this chest. And that's connected to our storage stuff, which is way over there. All of this, right? So this chest always has 64 of those in it. And as soon as I pull out, let's pull out one. Let's see what happens. It should go, hey, I need another one of those. And there we go. Now we've got 64. So this is what we would call a staging area. We stage things in here. We put them in here and just wait until something's ready to go, something else. The something else is this lever. You turn this lever on, And first, it's on the other side of this block right here. Excuse me. So when I turn that lever on, I turn this light on. This is that red alloy stuff. It's wiring. You can run it up walls and across things, all sorts of stuff. You can even fit it into these tiny little holes like that. Like, you know, redstone, normal redstone wouldn't fit in there, but this stuff does. So this then, first off, it comes over here, and because of this, it powers that. So what's this thing? Well, sugar, stick, and whitelist. So only sugar and sticks are allowed to go through this thing. This gets power, and it sends them both into this chest here. You can see I have turned this thing on a few times. Let's do this. Huh? Or what? Wait, what's going on? Oh, it's because these tubes are backed up. The tubes are backed up, so things are coming from the other direction right now. But it's okay. Totally okay. Put the sticks up. Okay. Back to business. Now, yeah, sticks and sugar are in here. Now, up the top here, we've got whitelisted sticks. So sticks only come out of the top. And on the side, as you can probably guess, whitelist sugar. So sugar comes out of the side into this redstone furnace, which is powered by all of this stuff. The redstone furnace burns the coal and all that and sends it down this way. Down this thing into this dynamo. Just the one. We could do a whole, what's another word for a ton of these things? A bunch of these all in a row. You could say an array. A-R-R-A-Y. A whole bunch of them. All set up. I can't remember the literal definition of array, but you would call this an array of dynamos. But now we could do another array. We wouldn't really take advantage of the sticks or the other stuff unless we had another array. But I left it here. It's not as good as what we've got going on with this farm, but I left it here because maybe we can expand on it or whatever. But if we ever need extra power, we flip that switch. So our sticks go up here, they come down here, and they start burning up in this dynamo, which also requires redstone. Haha. Also, the sugar goes through here, down here, into this guy, and it makes this sugar charcoal, which this guy also requires redstone. Where does this redstone come from? Right here, which ties back in. You can kind of see it. There we go. Ties back in to our lever, right? So when I flip that lever, it starts sucking stuff out of this chest, and then stuff gets sucked out of this, and these things turn on. So I'll turn it on just so you can see what happens, but it doesn't supercharge as much as I thought it would because there's only 2 of those dynamo things there. But it's okay. It's all right. So we turn that on. Blam! We got our light. So we know it's turned on. These guys are both now turned on. And look we're burning sticks. We're burning sugar, and we're sending, you may have seen that for a second, but we just sent, see, there you go, sticks and sugar going into this chest because they're getting sucked out into this one. And basically that's just going to fill up this chest because that's how I did it. So it's not the most efficient thing ever, but if we ever need an extra little boost of power, we can, you know, we could probably do these like we did those guys in the front and just have broom, a whole bunch of them, and then broom, a whole bunch of them over here. But that's the idea. The idea is that I flip a lever and then I start pulling things out of my storage to burn and make more power. Nice thing about that is those both come from the witch farm. The sticks and the sugar come from the witch farm, so all we have to do is stand around for a little while and we get it. Now this, I've had this turned off for most of the time that I've been doing this. And after I fix this farm up a little bit, I'll tell you what, these batteries really filled up fast, real fast. So fast that, like I said, I don't even think I need to put on that supercharger. I don't need to hit that anymore. But man, what a machine. I also noticed something else with, I forgot to mention this, with this guy, this harvester. It keeps collecting this stuff here, which is empty now because I dealt with it, but it's called sludge. And see, there you go, 10 sludge in this thing right now. I think if sludge gets backed up, it can mess up the harvester, where it kind of runs slower, or I'm not really sure exactly what happens, but I know that having a ton of sludge in it is a bad idea. So what we do with our sludge is we, see, fluid duct, we pipe it out down here around this way, and that goes way down underground. You can see our storage thing here, but it goes, oh, hello, Mr. Zombie. Let's take care of him and put a torch down there. I'm gonna get hurt. Watch me get hurt. Oh, you see, hunger and poison because of this thing. I'll just show you real quick. Sludge boiler. Whew. Wow. Ow. That is, I tell you, being a bat and getting hurt has got to be one of the worst sounds. If you get close to that machine while it's running, that's what happens. So that's why it's so far underground, because I don't want to get close to that machine. But basically what this thing does is it... can I get sort of close? Maybe kind of close? It burns the sludge, and... Interesting. Did I not put a chip in this? I didn't. Okay. So by putting sludge into this thing, it'll use power, burn off the sludge, and create this stuff, which I thought it was just dirt and a couple other things, but let's see here. We've got sand, dirt, mud ball. What can we do with that? Mud brick. Okay, weapons and armor and stuff. Okay, well, mud. Dried dirt. I don't know what to do with that. Pile of ashes. Oh, neat. You can make coal in an ash block. Okay. Some clay. This is all from burning sludge. Soul sand. Yeah. Tainted soil. Oh, we can grow nether trees on that. Mycelium. That's a Minecraft thing. There's nothing you can craft with it, but it's just really cool looking dirt. Really. Let's see. Hardened dirt. Hardened sand. Heat sand. And more mud balls. I know what some of that stuff is. Let's deal with this chest situation, though. So I need an item. Whoa, how do I get out? There we go. All hail bat form. Good thing we're in bat form. We're gonna need an extractor. Oh boy. Yeah, I accidentally made pretty much a whole stack of those. But it's okay because, you know, materials aren't that hard to come by in this. So, fuzzy, things are blacklisted, nothing there. Okay, we're just gonna pop this into that chest. And I think... Or, I'm sorry, not into the chest, into the pipe going to that chest. And I think it'll work. There it is. Now we should hopefully start seeing them come out. I think, yeah, there we go. And that's going to go off this way, up here, into this thing, and off into our storage. So there it goes. So all that stuff, we're just burning sludge, and we're going to send the stuff straight into our storage. So, guys, you're looking at about 4 or 5 hours of work right now, and including what's underground and everything. This is very crazy. But we have basically endless power in our base right now, which is a huge deal in this mod pack. Just power for days. We can build all sorts of machines and run it off of this thing and this giant thing, this generator room. We can build rooms, and you can see I already moved power this way. So I've got it coming out here. I think I do. Yeah, coming out of the bottom. And then over here, and it goes underground over to this way because I'm thinking about doing a room on this side. Nice thing about doing a room on this side is I want to do something where you need power. So another mod that uses power to do stuff. But if I'm in the middle of doing stuff in this mod, I can just turn around and look. and see what my batteries are looking like. So I don't have to worry about, oh, I wonder if I'm out of power. Let me go look or anything like that. I just do something over here. I turn around and go, oh, I got plenty of power, and I go back to it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, so much time just went into this thing. And now I got to edit this video. Yay. It's hours and hours and hours of work. But for now, wait, let's not do that. Let's do this. Yeah. For now, guys, it's your Uncle Jay. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.